guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title of this video, this is going to be a makeup tutorial on this look right here, created with the brand new Morphe 3502 palette. Oh, I'm so excited that I finally got this palette. I ordered it the day that I was able to order it, that it got on the website. I already have the 35O palette from Morphe. So if you've been living under a rock and you haven't heard of the 35O palette from Morphe, it came out, I believe, last year. It was beautiful, everyone had to have it, so it was constantly sold out. So now this is the second version of the 35O palette, and it also comes with their new branding. So excuse the dirty palettes, but this is the old branding and this is the new branding. So this is from the 35O. This is 3502. So I was going to do an unboxing and a swatching video, but you guys voted on my Instagram for a makeup tutorial, and I've seen so many people do makeup tutorials using this palette. It's an incredible palette, but I wanted to do something a little bit more dramatic, especially since Halloween is next week and I've already done one Halloween tutorial. I figured that this could be just like a super dramatic, fun, like half cut crease that you could wear for Halloween, so that you can just play with your makeup and have more fun with it. But if you guys want to wear this for Halloween, I think it'd be perfect, especially if you're pairing it with some type of like a red themed costume like the Queen of Hearts. But before we go into the tutorial, I want to talk a little bit about the... No! I literally just opened my palette up and one of the shades is broken. I have no idea how that happened. I made this whole video and that shadow was fine, but it just crumbled into pieces. And I maybe set it down like a foot away from me. Oh my god, that's so sad. R.I.P. Okay, so anyway, so this is the palette. This is what it looks like in all of its glory. This is different from the 35O palette. I would say that if you already have the 35O palette, this is different enough to justify getting both of them. Personally, if both of these palettes were out at the same time, I would have gone for this, for the 3502, because this has more reds in it and it has more of like maroons and burgundies, whereas the 35O palette has a little bit more of like oranges and like more traditional warm browns, which is amazing. That's an amazing palette. That's like my everyday palette, but I think that this is probably going to be my everyday palette, especially for the fall. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button. I'm posting new videos every week and I'm getting more of an upload schedule now, so you'll see my face a little bit more often. Comment down below if you have the 3502 palette and tell me what you think about it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Okay, so jumping right in, we're going to take this first color right here as our transition shade on a big fluffy brush. And we're going to be putting that higher than our crease normally is. We're really building up all of these transition shades like right below the brow bone. As you can see in my other eye, this goes very close to the brow bone. So we're really just going to be building up these shades right where I want my like pretend crease to be when we're creating this half cut crease. Now taking this really bright red, I'm going to start slowly building that, really just taking transition shades and getting darker and brighter as we move on. And then every time I add one of those darker shades, I'm going to blend it in with a larger fluffy brush. Then taking this dark cranberry shade with more of a precision brush, I'm going to start really building the intensity of where I want that crease to be defined. And then taking an even darker cranberry shade and a pointed fluffy brush, I'm going to start building the definition in the outer crease. So this is really in just the outer V. We're going to be cutting the crease regardless, so you can be a little bit more messy when it comes to like the center of the crease. We're just going to continue to build that up, darken up the crease, and darken up the outer V. So now once again, taking a big fluffy brush and kind of marrying them all together. Now we're going to start cutting the crease using the Tarte Shape Tape, concealer, and an angled brush. And I'm going to create a larger and more dramatic crease than you would normally creating just a regular cut crease. and I'm just going to start bringing that right above where my actual natural crease is. I do have pretty hooded eyes, so this took me a long time to figure out how to cut the crease correctly, but like I said, this is a much more dramatic version. I would do this on like a more dramatic night out. For everyday cutting the crease, it's really just all about where your eye shape sits and where your natural crease is sitting. Because mine is a bit hooded, we're just going to go like a centimeter above where my natural crease is. Now taking the Mehron Clown White paint, I'm going to go right over that and go everywhere where we cut the crease. This is going to make this a lot more dramatic and a lot more like Halloween themed because it's more of red and white, and it's going to have a stark contrast rather than just a skin tone concealer. This is going to really make it pop. Now taking the Morphe 35U palette in this white shade, I'm just going to set that white paint. Now we're going to take a mixture of those two darker cranberry shades on an angled brush, and we're just going to define the outer edge of that crease so that we make sure it's a nice stark line and it has the most contrast as possible. And then taking a smaller pointed fluffy brush, I'm just going to start blending that in. Then we really want to marry and have like a gradation from where the darker point of the lid comes into that cut crease. So I'm taking a shimmer metallic red from that palette and putting it in the center of the crease, and then starting to blend in the white into it and blend in the darker shades into it. Now I wanted it to be even more intense, so I'm taking that Mehron Clown White paint once again and really cutting it and making it as sharp as possible. Okay, now we've got lashes and liner on, so we are highlighting and concealing with that Tarte Shape Tape once again and blending it all in with my Real Techniques blending sponge. And now I'm going to do a cream contour with the Jordana Sculpt stick. This actually is very shocking to me how well this Sculpt stick works. I think it's like $4 at Walgreens, but I've been really liking it. And then I'm just using a nice little stippling brush to blend that all in. Get that nose contour, girl. Taking some setting powder, I'm going to be setting all of the places that we highlighted before with the Shape Tape concealer. I'm not going to be setting my contour parts, but I'm going to be setting it with the bronzer in this Naked Urban Decay palette. And then taking the Tarte Pro Glow palette and the shade Sculpt, that's where I'm really going to be setting and contouring over that cream contour. And then now for highlighting, I'm taking this shade out of the Tarte Pro Glow palette. This has been my absolute favorite like go-to palette recently, and we're going to be taking a blush out of that Naked palette as well. Now for the lower lash line, I'm taking a mixture of all of the reds that I used in the 3502 palette, and then taking a highlight shade out of that 35U palette, that shimmery white that we used to set our Mehron Clown White with. Now the last step is the lips. I decided to go for a nude lip since there was a lot going on the eye, so I'm just going to start off by lining it with this nice nudie pink color. And then we're going to be putting on this Jordana Sweet Cream liquid lipstick. And then this is the completed look. I hope that you guys really enjoy this video. Please tag me if you recreate this look at all or if you use this for Halloween inspiration, and I will see you guys in my next video.